I just came online just in time to see
spray downs and things like that, but when they need to, when they're called upon,
PRIMMIE my pie.
Oh my God, Sephiroth was a hair's breadth away, getting headshotted through that smoke. But they just got such good theory right now.
Line in.
No way.
Can't even get the weapon out. The Hunter's Fury has Sephiroth. Two-player advantage. Monyet tucked to the corner. Crazy guy. Ready to play him in. Backs away, makes the noise. Monyet gets the weapon out fast enough.
Oh, what is going
The
on?
double cluster. The two remainders here from Full Sense working their way through the B connector right into a tripwire. They'll clear it. You still got Jemkin at main to contend with. I had a pistachio tiramisu once. It was really good.
30 seconds left.
Unlucky.
I actually have a lot of good things to say about RRQ in this round, and it's again off the back of this Cypher util that they're able to be so aggressive on the map. Jemkin can push out. They're not seeing anything over on the B side, so they're happy to
No way,
play
full
off
sense
that
of this
Hunter's Fury
bad.
again. You saw it earlier with Jemkin trying to use the operator to go for this sort of combo play with the Hunter's Fury. This time Zan hits it much better. Jovi, I mean, probably the happiest we've ever seen him this year. 11 and 0 up.
And I mean, a timeout called after the 0-5 start. You have to think that it's just been a full abandoned ship.
I mean, what can you do?
The dart removed, clone cleared, Jemkin lined it up, and just crazy guy absolutely dunking on him. Gets the weapon back out. PRIMMIE will be able to flush him from the corner.
Surely RRQ throw around, right?
Can they convert it though? Jemkin says no, finds another now, can go grab that weapon if he so pleases. A little bit of risk to it. Instead, he will just maintain position, keep it quiet, wait for the rest of the team to get a little bit closer. Meanwhile, I mean, Sephiroth, he's got an arrow tap, but
can't use it.
The one corpse that they have is so far away.
Monyet's got his ult. Could completely cut off those two players on backside. Is he gonna use it? Oh, he's going that way with it, okay.
Doesn't cut them out. Sprint forward, just trying to clear
him. Jesus.
Absolutely dunking on him. Sephiroth now trying to be the hero, but Monyet's got the coverage. The defuse is in. It is 12-0. Pack it up.
Not the fan.
I'm just flabbergasted. I thought this would be a very close match, potentially a close map. Usually, you know, both of these teams go back and forth, and today, this week,
this might be the worst contrast of how a team looks.
Not clearing angles. RRQ, again, to their credit, they're playing great. But there's a lot that Full Sense isn't doing that is hurting them mightily.
Crazy guys, been pretty good at the video game. 365, ACS, 15-7. A godly performance from him, both in the kill department as well as just the calling.
He's been really good for them lately. He's been popping off. I do really find it interesting as well, when we listen into RRQ, how active like everyone is in talking. Like it used to be, right? We'd listen in and it's crazy guy just kind of podcasting on his own, you know what I mean? And now I'm hearing a lot more, like a lot of people getting involved in that, and I think that's kind of loosened him up a little bit.
I think, yeah, I mean, Monyet, especially on his return, has been doing wonders for the team. He's been
Full Sense, what happened?
Obviously incredible.
What happened, Full Sense?
Yeah.
They say if you love something, let it go,
and it'll come back to you.
And that's exactly what
if
happened.
It was
with
meant
Monyet.
to be.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, Monyet is just, look at that, 11-2. He was playing so safe. The timings were great on his util. And this is a must-win half for full sets. You literally can't drop around. So away we go. Orb scoop up for Crazy Guy.
Listen, boys, if they can do it, we can do it too.
And the thing is this drone is probably enough to open up the B site mostly for them.
Oh, I mean, the B side is already...
It was open, but
it's already there.
nobody was going to head that way.
Crazy Guy backpedaling away. Meanwhile, though, okay, this lurk through mid. There's a trip to cover the approach from behind, but Cruz, they will be able to get this catch. So Crazy Guy down in transit over. It's a big one found. Xpharaoh, however, looking for the fight. Maybe doesn't realize that Sephiroth is there, but he's got the camera situated as well as the cage to keep him covered.
Yeah, he knows the trip got cleared, so he's going to be pretty good for that. Just are they going to be ready for Zan?
Oh, I mean, Relay Bolt's going to be exchanged here on either side. This has been sent out second, so he will fall. 2 big kills for Kahlua. Xpharaoh and Jemkin then now try to hold the line in a 1v4. Jemkin dead. Xpharaoh would have to do it all, and he cannot. Oh, the 13-0 dream is going to die, but the run-back dream for full sense is far from alive. This is the start that they needed.
For sure. Some encouraging signs, but this is a lot on the back of Killua, just hitting some banger shots. There is the backup there for Zan. Nice timing for Cruz. Xpharaoh diligent on that coverage of their backside. Oh,
What a shot.
man.
Third shot.
Brutal stuff from
And
Killua.
Killua literally wins him the round.
I guess if we're gonna have any hope for side of full sense, it's on the back of Killua right now. I don't know how in the world PRIMMIE's only got 3 kills again on Yoru. He is just not seeming to vibe with this agent anymore, which is shocking. You just kind of feel like Killua, or excuse me, PRIMMIE can frag out on anything. See how much damage they can do on the way through. Not a ton.
Reveals there. Crazy Guy will fall.
Oh, Sephiroth.
Classic. Bringing out for Zan. Finds Sephiroth.
He might have just lost this round.
He's got it. He's going to be tucked into the corner. And spotted, but he ends up firing off a little bit too early. Kahlua collecting the 1. Judge still going to be good in that situation. So Monyet taken down. Meanwhile, okay, PRIMMIE does check behind for a second.
They win the round.
Maybe there would be an opportunity
We're
there
all
to get
good.
some more damage
We're all
in.
good.
But overall, a very clean anti-eco here for full sense. They will double up.
Okay. We're still a long way from anything that resembles a comeback, but who knows? Maybe we're in for the craziest map of Valorant we've ever seen. Nice spot there. Good. Again, Killua has been so good. It's just you need to get some more. Nice little jiggling there from Jit, anticipating that Jemkin would be around that corner with the Spectre. This time, seeing really good team play and coordination from full sense. Just gotta keep it up. Be perfect the rest of the way through. 14 for Killua. Nobody else in the double digits yet. Meanwhile, they're 4 in double digits. For RRQ. Jit there to clear the dart. RRQ's being pretty patient about this. As you would expect, that is very much their MO. They're going to work the map. They're going to look for the util. They're going to try to play around that. The problem is you've given up all this space at B main. Yes, you have a trip there to watch, and ooh, there we go. Xpharaoh eventually gets it under control.
Scary there for a moment. Looks like with that kill, though, going to call for the pivot, go for a bit of a light split. 4 players through the connector.
Big blind.
Cruz could be huge, but doesn't connect onto Zan, I don't think. Maybe safe enough, and that's not where you wanted to be going. Up and over the top of the box, out into the open, and Zan will be able to find it.
Is that the round? Is that the game?
Plant it out, come in. The rest of the site, scout it out.
It's going to be tough.
And this is looking like the end, and I mean, even with this outlaw, there's only 2 players susceptible to it. Actually, maybe even just the 1. Slide in though, Jemkin tucked to the corner, swinging. PRIMMIE will be able to find the kill. 3v3 now, but Crazy Guy looking to bring it to an end, but Sephiroth finds the god timing. Now Isolated down into the 1v1. No further util to work with.
Oh.
Swings off the defuse and will get it in the end. Close there, but RRQ, they let it slip through their grasp, but now its opponent's converted for full sense.
Yeah, they've just got a really good timing out of the push and drop. Off that Nightfall, I mean, you got to throw everything in the kitchen sink every round here for full sense. I know this was cooked. Oh, Killua again. Just locks on. Sephiroth just unbothered, can just chill. Be a turret with that Guardian.
Taking advantage of them not having the audio.
Yeah.
Okay, big round win. 9 more to go.
Go, go, go.
3 sheriffs and 2 stingers here for RRQ. As Drone will spot out one of the tripses. That does get cleared.
And they're going to use that to put some pieces into position.
Taken, crazy guy, one away from having a Hunter's Fury online. Quick dissipates though on these nebulas.
That's all a fake. They're trying to convince them they've rotated, but they're not biting.
I'm out of here.
Good discipline from Full Sense. That's a tough one to read. And it's a long pause too. See how long they're going to wait.
Given that they have no forward vision elsewhere, it is kind of surprising that they're willing to stick this many players here. So
I agree.
maybe just very good game sense here from Cruz, or just trusting in their ability to be able to go for another retake, especially against the Thrifty.
I think they're still, as well, have that trip in front.
They're taken down now. A couple of real Nebulas going to be chucked in. Chipboy's going to be spotted, though, before he can try to round the corner. Sephiroth to the rescue. Will be able to make it a 1-for-1. It's a narrow depth now going to be invested. Swing out. Decent damage
No
from that
way.
sheriff shot.
This is second time Sephiroth has died.
The kill, and suddenly it's a 4v2.
This is the second time Sephiroth has died.
PRIMMIE needs to
On
deliver.
an anchor site.
With that outlaw, finds the first. Crazy guy
Timing,
down. Gun barrel
bullet.
spotting. And Cruz, he's only able to find the one.
1v2. Only PRIMMIE wins this.
Vandal out. Pops the Nebula, slides around the corner.
Timing.
The door had never been shut. Meanwhile, oh god, Xfero. He's just playing distracted. But it's PRIMMIE who actually catches Monyet distracted. Swap of the guns. Xfero still with a sheriff, trying to bring it to an end. Oh, he'll have a nice little laugh over it. They nearly managed to bring this to its end, but Full Sense, they will find a fourth.
Yeah, they probably should have. Not too common that you see Xfero not able to collect in moments like that. Free opportunity. You can't give PRIMMIE those chances. He'll definitely lock in for you. A great execute here. But then a good follow-up from PRIMMIE. Just a player that can't be allowed to have any opportunities like that. And he heard Monyet move over there, so he knew. He's able to wrap around.
No way
none
they
the
come
wiser.
back, right? No way. No way Full Sense comes back from a 12-0.
Too bothered.
No. No, you're coming into your alt cycle
RRQ literally just need one round.
from that dimensional
Just
drift.
one round.
You're one away from Jemkin's ult. You're one away from Xfero's ult. You've already got the Hunter's Fury and the Cosmic Divide. Pretty good round here. Pretty good opportunity for RRQ.
Again, walking into the more heavily stacked side of the map. Kahlua sending out that Prowler, trying to delay Hunter's Fury.
B
Sen
split.
trying to find a catch. And we'll get one pulse across
Nice
the
shot,
Sephiroth,
PRIMMIE.
PRIMMIE on the tuck away. Gets rid of Jemkin, throws the mask
Sephiroth
on.
dying,
Eventually down
trying
with
to
Plan. Will
anchor
clean the
site.
kill onto Sephiroth, and Kahlua trying to collect that one before the door will shut. Can't quite manage to make it happen. PRIMMIE now, though, on the exit, the swing in the corner, up close
He's
to first
not
roll. The
ready.
Phantom always he's spinning in circles, and he's still able to find it in the end. Double approach from drop the
nice
swing. Cruz with the
swing.
with the fight win. Closes out another.
No
Monyet.
way.
Trying to get them over this
In a
line. but
3v2.
Spike still not planted, still having to be brought forward. It's a reposition from Cruz.
Good ult. Contain.
30 seconds left.
Backside plan here for Xfero. Neural depth available.
No
Warps
util.
over a drop if he wants to try
Decides to
send it,
get
he will.
crashed on a smoke.
Cosmic Divide now going to be layered in on top of this one. RRQ all in and closing out this map. The players revealed. Xfero tucking in front of the Cosmic Divide here. Just a sliver. Both
No
players now
way.
going to be spotted. Monyet trying to reposition. I don't think he was seen.
No.
Now they have the crossfire. No, it's Cruz trying to break it in. He cannot. 13-4. It was inevitability after that first half as RRQ take down Full Sense in damn convincing fashion on Full Sense's pickup summit.
Yeah, this looked really nice from RRQ. Those defender side protocols and team play were near immaculate. Crazy Guy and Zan, 18 kills a pop. Monyet, 10 assists in the mix. I really like the way he piloted the Astra, and I really love the Astra on this map. I think you're getting a lot more value out of it than the Omen in terms of so many different things. You can see that it makes it so hard as the attackers because you have to try to work the middle of the map, and with the way that RRQ was navigating that off of the Cypher util, being willing to over-rotate at times because they knew they had some safety, they were able to gain a little bit of space. You know, when Jemkin had an operator or a sniper rifle of whatever variety, things like that were just so well polished here for RRQ. And you know, you saw Full Sense able to make it a little bit respectable there on their defender side, but not on their attacker side. It just wasn't it.
No, it was not. RRQ now the stage set for them to once again play spoiler to this roster, to this core. They did it last year over in Tokyo to round out the stage, and they might just be doing it here at the start or second week of the play-ins. Their pick of Sunset's going to be coming up next. The onus on Full Sense to find their footing, to find their identity, to find their damn hands, because right now they're playing without them. We'll send things back over to the analyst as to break down the action from Summit.
Ooh, I thought we were going to get another 13-0 yet again over here. Full Sense managed to take just 4 rounds, but not before RRQ dominantly close out this map. Summit just looked immaculate for them.
I don't know what's going on with Full Sense. I'm not sure what that attacking side was, and you can't be too surprised that RRQ's defensive side was good. They showed it in their opening game of this bloody league against Global Esports and dominated Full Sense the last time they played them on this map with much the same comp on defense.
Yeah.
Their setups were sick, but what was Full Sense doing?
I mean, that's what worries me. Yes, Full Sense have adjusted, they've changed comps, but RRQ hadn't changed comps since you played them on this map. And you can't figure out the defender side. If anything, sorry, you can't figure out your own attacker side. You do it worse. It's 0-12. I don't know what's going on inside Full Sense, but they need help, and they need it right now. They're now on the verge of elimination. 1 map away from being sent home. This is utter domination for RRQ.
Yeah, this cannot be how it will end for Full Sense. I need them to come back just because they are those players. You know, you have players here like Cruz, like PRIMMIE. They can't go out on a whimper. And for RRQ, you're absolutely right. There were no surprises here, but the level up in the confidence. I mean, we were talking earlier about how earlier in the stage, RQ felt very quiet. Now you hear them. The first thing I hear is like Monyet shouting. It's good to see them interact so well on stage and keep that energy up.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we got at the end of the group stage in their game against Nongshim. Top to bottom performance. All 5 players are firing. Crazy Guy's your best performer. The vibes in the team are immaculate. I cannot explain to you how RRQ have played their way back into good form with Monyet back on the roster, given all the roster instability and stuff they've had to work through throughout this stage is incredibly impressive. I mean, still that Sharper game was a head-scratcher, but outside of that third map, I'm thoroughly impressed with RRQ. It's just about the consistency that they're going to bring.
Yeah, you know how we usually say, like, you know, okay, when your IGL is fragging and top frag, it's not usually a good sign. But in this case, in this particular map, I felt like it actually was for RRQ because he was leading the crazy. I mean, not to make fun with his IGN, right? But he was actually leading that aggression and almost inspiring them. So he's like, guys, I'm going to go peek PRIMMIE. And everybody's like, yeah, let's go. And that's kind of what works for RRQ.
I mean, he farmed himself up a Soverall with the anti-ecos, and then they were able to use that in one of their setups. So already, I mean, a lot of their setups on defense were sick.
Yeah, I mean, they did a really good job of it. This feels like a very polished map. To say it's not their map pick, there's one round I want to talk about. A wonderful little retake here with this Waylay on the Convergent Pass. It's so well drafted up. They're heavy through that CT side, but just look at that. It hits everybody. Zanken running with the ult. He's able to move while he shoots. They just have no hope here. This is such a beautiful little, well-planned ult round. This just screams to me a well-worked map, where for Full Sense, it looked like the exact opposite on this attacker side, and this is how they just snowballed away with it. They were so much cleaner here.
Yeah, they had so many sick setups. I mean, that was a nice combo of the 2 ults on the retake that we saw onside attempt earlier. Didn't go as cleanly as that, but Even there was plenty of setups where Crazy Guy was ripping the Hunter's Fury from across the map. You saw it in the first gun round. You saw Zan aggressing into one of the mains with Crazy Guy's ultimate. They have so much depth on this defensive side. They look so well prepped for Summit, and unfortunately this map pick does not look like it was the right call in this veto for Full Sense.
Yeah, you just tell when everybody's on the same page. And earlier on, we were talking about how Zan fit into this roster, and it looks as though he's finally found like it's his footing here with RRQ. He looked immaculate.
I'm loving this from him. I feel like he's balancing that aggression so well on this Neon. We know he's been good at this agent. He struggled to kind of warm up to it here on the tier 1 level, but I think he's found his footing now. This is such a strong performance from him. Consistently finding those multi-kills, just putting together rounds here for RRQ. I thought he did a brilliant job.
It's pure comfort from Zan. For anyone that is familiar with his come up in challenges, he was the Neon guy. He used to even play it on Icebox from time to time, so it's good to see him on his comfort agent. What I wanted to point out here is just how well Crazy Guy's been playing lately. This is an IGL head-to-head, but the last summer game that you got from Full Sense, Cruz was actually their best performer, but was unable to replicate that same level of performance coming into their next game of Summit. So map-to-map consistency for the IGLs, and now looking here for Cruz. I mean, whoever loses this matchup, it's going to be the same story for both of them. It's going to be one of these IGLs leading their team to one of the worst placements ever for their respective organizations. Both RRQ and Full Sense, previously Talon, have been teams that usually make it very deep in terms of these playoffs, particularly in the last couple of years. So to be one of the last place teams out of the play-ins here in Pacific is going to be bitterly disappointment, and maybe a little bit of an indictment on a failure to lead your team out of this play-ins bracket.
Yeah, no, it's criminal to think, almost as criminal as that profile picture of Cruz. I feel like we need to have a word here, brother.
Yeah, I mean, Crazy Guy's kind of mocking him a little bit. Like, that's a favorable. That's what happens when you take the glasses off, right? You know,
I feel like we need to have words here. But no, on the side of Full Sense, though, you know, you watching them on stage, I feel like they didn't exactly lose. They weren't despondent, you know? They won a few rounds and they were still hyping each other up, smiling at each other, which is good. But is it enough as we step into Sunset?
I mean, look, since London and then into this split, we've seen them lose a lot, and I've also seen them be smiling a lot. So I don't know how much it actually translates
How do you read
at this point.
I was very confused when they got eliminated from London, and they had that interview, which was like, well, we had fun, and that's the main thing. The main thing is we had fun, and I don't know. I'm confused by it overall. Regardless, though, they need to keep the vibes up here. They need a reverse sweep to keep themselves alive in this stage of the play-ins, despite being one of the favorites to attend from Pacific over to Champs. On Sunset, their last game was actually very promising. They did beat Gen.G at the end of the group stage in a bit of a dead rubber game, but Gen.G is a very good Summit team here in Pacific, so that does show you some strength recently for Full Sense. For RRQ, this hasn't been a bad map either. I like their last comp with the Sage Chamber. I think if I'm RRQ, especially after such a strong game of Summit that you just had, given the fact that you have Sunset to potentially close the series, I'd be feeling very confident.
Yeah, I don't think RRQ needs to change anything. I like that comp. You guys know how I feel about the Sage. I love the Sage. It's fantastic. I think they need to stick with it.
I don't think I do. Do you like Sage?
It's fantastic. It's the greatest Sage in the game. But on the flip side for Full Sense, we saw them, they played that WAYLAY as well, which is, a nice answer. You do have that verticality. It was PRIMMIE on that. Really, PRIMMIE, someone we want to see bounce back. I mean, he warmed himself up into the game towards the end there on the attacker side, but he sat there at like, 1-11 at the half, something like that. It's crazy, really. He's such a brilliant player. We talk about him all the time. Everybody knows how brilliant he can be, so he does have to bounce back if Full Sense is going to be able to take this.
Yeah, he needs to go back to peak PRIMMIE, because we've been seeing, we've been seeing PRIMMIE step back a little bit, I guess, and there are other players on the side of Full Sense taking the spotlight, but I don't mean that in a very good way with regards to PRIMMIE's recent performances. I mean, for example, for the first time ever, I didn't put him on my build div, and I kind of second-guessed myself also, because it's like, wait a minute, PRIMMIE's past performances haven't been that spectacular, and this is a guy who's been setting records here in Pacific.
Yeah, we'll have to see if he's going to be able to turn it around. This is usually like a tantalizing matchup in the duelist head-to-head. To be honest, Jemka didn't even really need to do much on that last map either. He was firmly in the backpack because the rest of RRQ were picking up the slack. Good news for Full Sense, though, is PRIMMIE was better on the defense. They're going to get to start defensive side of Sunset here, as this is RRQ's map pick, so a little bit of a slower attacking side again, I think if it is going to be the Chamber Sage comp, you're going to kind of know what you're going to get here as Full Sense. You're going to know what to expect, and it's going to be quite a slow attacking side to start things off, I'd imagine.
I think PRIMMIE's so fantastic on the operator. I think that's going to be so important. He has to be willing to duel Jemkin. They have to get those picks before they get into post-plant. RRQ sticking with it, running that Sage once more, and I love this comp. I think it can work very well.
It's a very strong comp at the moment. What I will point out is, though, at the end of the group stage, Full Sense, with the comp that they're running here, did beat Gen G, one of the better Sunset teams in Pacific that we have here, and they play pretty much the same comp that RRQ do play. So Full Sense has shown already at the end of the group stage there, they know how to defeat this style. I like their game plan. Let's hope for a nice bounce back here for Full Sense, because this series deserves 3 maps. 2-0 would be very disappointing.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're talking if buts and maybes when we should be talking absolutes. I think Full Sense have to be able to bounce back. They have to have some kind of mental reset. It doesn't matter if they know how to beat the comp. In theory, we need to see the individuals perform now, or this will be the end of their year.
Exactly. As we mentioned, this cannot be the way it ends for Full Sense. We need them to be able to come back because this is an elimination match. Paper Thin Achilles, who is making it out of this one?
Well, for the moment, my money's on RRQ. Had them in a prediction, and given what we saw in that opening map as we get ready to go into their map pick, they do come into this one very heavily favored. That being said, Full Sense capable of the bounce back. Showed it at least somewhat versus T1 after getting blown out of the water on that first map. They were able to rebound, find a much more contentious second map. They need that and more, because now it's elimination on the line.
Yeah, and if you look back to the last time these two teams played during the group stage here, it was actually a blowout on the second map in favor of Full Sense on RRQ's map pick of Ascent. It was a 13-4 in fact. So, you know, we know Full Sense has it in them, and we know that sometimes RRQ can kind of stumble on a map where they normally would be favored, but going into the Sunset, which was the decider last time, it was RRQ who came out on this attacker side when they switched halves and were absolutely dominant. That's a tough angle there. Jemkin watching maybe the wrong side.
Ready for a little trap setup here. Camera will be cleared. Big rotates around the side here, though. Plenty of noise going to be made. Crazy guy's going to be struck down first and foremost, and then right into the saturate goes Zan. The PRIMMIE now with 2, coming alive as he gets himself a third.
No,
Pull
1v3.
him off, but it's just one headhunter round remaining. Smoke going to be cycled forward. The swing coming in. Cruz trying to take the fight, running out of bullets himself, but we'll be able to get it in the end. Pistol goes over to Full Sense.
Yeah, that's exactly what they needed. Good start there, PRIMMIE. Some good shooting as we kind of would hope from him. Sephiroth, nice opener. There's just more here than RRQ expected when they committed to this fight. Zan paid the price, going right into that saturate. Jemkin not able to do anything more. Full Sense kicking things off on the right foot. Gotta see that continue. Judge in there for Jit. Couple Bulldogs, PRIMMIE with an outlaw. Killua just the sheriff, but saw him hit some nasty ones on Summit already with that.
They found my wire.
To clear that trip early.
There's a buy down here from Jemkin as well, 1,200. Wanted to get a couple more headhunter shots in as well as the trademark. So if you want to get a fast track operator online from the attacker side, this is not going to be the case. As swing out, some damage to be suffered. Pharaoh could heal that until he died. Sephiroth will be able to find a second. Eventually will get overwhelmed, but PRIMMIE forward into that smoke. It's the no-scope onto Zan. Plant money to be secured, though. Q is going to be looking for at least another 2 kills if they want to really find some damage here. Well, Haunt has to be cleared. Headshot found. At least an armor rebuy. Jump forward into the smoke. Jit boys, yep, eventually will be able to find Crazy Guy around the corner. The fuse in, and that's a 2-0 start now for Full Sense.
Yeah, so they're able to avoid giving up an eco, which is not something they could do the last time they played on this map against RRQ. They won the defender side pistol and then immediately dropped the anti-eco. And trying to run through there, X-Pharaoh trying to be the hero with the wall. Just hoping that he could just get there in time, but not quite. And it's all smiles for Full Sense. Even though things have gone kind of bad, they've been able to keep their spirits up, I'll say that. Never seem to really get fazed by how rough it's been for them this stage. Out here ready for a trap play. You can kind of do the waylay, throw the saturate, neon dashes in. Saw quite a bit of that from onside.
Right now,
Does have the escape valve, does have that rendezvous. Cruz
Cruz with the
that
outlaw.
nobody's even tapped the
Chip Boys
orb.
with a
That could just be
judge.
what is the go signal for this play. Not much that you can do about
Right now,
it.
it's really playing for
I think he goes
RRQ.
for the
I
drone
think
here.
That's what I was just thinking.
That might
they're
be
just
them
trying to.
sprinting in, but they're going to drive peek into this and find Jimkin as well to even find the one there. Meanwhile, double dive forward into the refract, clear the prowler.
Oh,
and
but the
I mean, they
rest of
really
the
wanna
team
spring
is
this
there.
trap. Paranoid just gets sent out.
They almost caught him out on their trap.
There's still numbers here for Full Sense on this side of the map.
Zan,
Cruz boosted up over top of the wall. Crazy
PRIMMIE,
guy.
PRIMMIE.
We'll find one, but PRIMMIE in with another
PRIMMIE.
two. Kahlua gets a piece of the
Oh
action.
my god.
We'll find the third to close it. There's a bonus converted. Full Sense rallying back.
It's just a matter of time, it feels like, with PRIMMIE. Oh, man. Just unlucky there, Jit. Like, one of you was getting that headshot, I guess. It's okay. Oh, man. Killer was sharp.
Oh, looking fantastic. Well, now look at the display through another anti-eco. Full sheriffs as well as the headhunter here for RRQ, so can pack a little bit of a punch, but of course going to be staring out at that outlaw. And in Primmie's hands, given the way that he's firing, this could be deadly, so I'll have a listen in with Full Sense.
แล้วกลับไปมันกลับปะวะกล้องขอบพักอะไรลูกกล้องตามกล้องมึงเห็นปะพี่เบนเห็นแต่ไม่เห็นแค่ซ้ายมันยิงประตูมาแค่แตกแล้วโมบายได้นะกล้องเห็นแค่แง่ขวาว่ะพอปะ1 2 3 2ตัวนะนีออนโอ้ย3ตัวเดี๋ยวเก่งก็ปล่อยบีไปเอากลางเดี๋ยววันเวฟเฟลอีกเฮ้ยขยับตัวมากลางได้ป่ะทีมขยับมาแล้วมันจะเดินเอต่อมาเปิดมาทิ้งไว้คนหนึ่งก็ได้แล้วมากลาง3ก็ได้ไปรอประตูไม่ติดเก่งเดินล็อกท้ายอยู่ก่อนมาก่อน
I'll attempt to spring the trap and get that catch, but ends up being a little bit of an overheat and a very nice shot from Moniette, as I'm sure we'll see back. Killing Primmie right as he hits the floor. Now the attack onto the A side of the map, which otherwise is the weakest. Cruz again boosted up over the top here. This has to be a consideration. For now, it is not. Sparrow going to try to silently creep his way back, but just tucks in, avoids that haunt. Cruz will be able to strike.
I'm out of here.
Zan eliminated. Jit Boys held at bay. The Paranoia over towards backside, connecting on the two.
Gotta go.
On yet. Posted up on top of the box here, ready to try to counter swing. Jemkin for the moment, though, going to be smoked off. There's a Chalk Dart layered in case they start scaling forward a little bit faster than they had anticipated. Crazy guy able to find one. Jit Boys dead. Moniette with a second as Cruz does get taken down. Now it's Flu in. Sephiroth now, just the ladder. And he's able to mow down 2 kills, but cannot find anything else. It is a thrifty here in round 4. Continues to happen around the world as RRQ will go ahead and get themselves on the board on Sunset.
Yeah, saw some interesting ideas from Full Sense where, yeah, you go for this dash in. Oh, man. Even the Paranoia hitting on him, Jemkin. But some decent ante on some of these stage walls. Oh, man, Cruz. Oh, no. He's had some oopsies with the TPs. Some Paranoia here early. Going fishing with the Hunter's Fury, not really finding anything.
You know, Moniette found with that, but look at all the attention that this is drawn towards A. Granted, there's still a good amount of time, given the slow creep towards B, for Full Sense to get forces back into that site.
Well, Zan used all of his util over here.
All of that in a Hunter's Fury just to try to draw the attention. Now the exec onto B, slowly continuing forward. Zan with a late lurk, but they have shut the market door behind them, so he might have to re-wrap up through towards Boba, but there's still a cam at top mid. Would have been a hell of a shot. Virgin Path's given consideration, and Jumpkin's just kind of eating this one. Can still try to scope it on the angle. Sends out a shot, now has to try to backpedal away, makes his way around the corner. Meanwhile, Crew's going to be taken down. Monyet with that kill. Jitboy's in deep here. Gets himself into the cubby, and now will just fall to the wayside as RRQ. Mow them all down. Second round in a row, just the one casualty.
Alright.
Carried over as well.
I think that's it. It's already pretty late for me. We're gonna have to see who wins this tomorrow.